Hello creatives, Serena here. Thanks for joining me today on my YouTube channel. Spring is here and there's plenty outside to paint and draw. The daffodils are in full bloom. The crocuses have gone by, but there's still more to come. And I have gone and done it. Yes, Jackson's had a sale, a Schmenka sale, and you know I'm a sucker for Schmenka. I love those watercolors. Well, I thought I would let you join along on my unboxing and see what else I kind of picked up along with the watercolors that I was running out of. A few things that I've had on my list for a while, so it's not all bad. So in the comments below, let me know if you fall prey to this kind of thing too, but be kind. So without further ado, let's take a look and see what is inside the box. I'm leaving this on because this is part of the fun, is the sound of the box opening up. You all know it. You all know it. The only thing I have a problem with is if there are unboxings online and they leave all that crinkly stuff in. That's kind of noisy. But I'll try to be quick. That was quick. Okay. Now, I'll have to say, I think Jackson's changed their shipping because my package arrived, I ordered it on Tuesday in the U.S. and it came here by Friday. I couldn't believe it. They used FedEx instead of DHL, which I think is a little better in the States here. Okay, so I'm pleasantly surprised about that. Let's take a look and see what is inside. Oh, yes. Now they use their nice eco packaging, which I love. So without kind of giving all the fun away, I'm going to put this to the side and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, so I got a number of things. The first few things I'll show you are catalogs. And since I already mentioned Schmenka, and I love the Schmenka, I have one of these already. These are not expensive. They're a few cents, so like 11 cents or so. But I needed an updated one because they came out with, of course, their granulating colors. And I don't know if that's going to focus or not. But Schmenka came out with their granulating colors, and I wanted to have a reference to those colors. And I'm sure it's in here somewhere in the new... There it is. Oh my goodness, look at that, how you can really see them on this catalog. Now this was only 11 cents. So, I mean, if you're a fan of Schmenka, I highly recommend their watercolors. They're really great if you can afford them. They are a little pricey, but a little goes a long way with watercolor, as you know, for those of you who use watercolor. So I'm going to be able to definitely refer to this, and unfortunately they're going to get their money back many times over on that one. Now, I thought it would be interesting, since I saw a number of YouTubers using gouache, which is a type of watercolor. It is water-based, but I thought it would be interesting to get into using a little bit of gouache. And so I got a hold of Schmenka's color chart here so that I can refer to later on. So that has all the colors that they carry, and I can always refer to that. It's kind of nice to have a reference like this that you can hold in your hand and see up close, because sometimes the computer screens do change the colors a little bit, and then you're going to be disappointed with the colors that you get. These catalogs are a little closer. In that vein, I also got a Holbein gouache catalog, also very inexpensive, just a few cents. It probably doesn't even cover their cost of printing, but look at those beautiful colors this comes in. So, a little bit more than Schmenka, but we'll see. I don't know what I'll wind up doing with gouache, if I'll get a set or change my mind. I'm still running that around in my head a little bit. Okay, now another thing that I got, this was, no kidding, 11 cents. and everybody's going to drool on this one. I'll see if I can focus this a little bit better. I also hope my lighting is okay. I'm filming this kind of early in the morning, so I don't know how much light I've got on this, but my camera's been good so far. But look at all these beautiful colors that came on this dot card. Now this one is a Joseph Zbrukovic palette. They have a number of, Daniel Smith has a number of designers and artists that design their own palettes of colors using Daniel Smith, and they sell the sets. So when you order one of these, if they have them in stock at Jackson's, it's whichever one you get. You can't choose or pick which one you want. It's luck of the draw. And I just happened to luck out. I mean, look at all those colors. There's 21 colors on here. I mean, with the white, but 21 colors. That is amazing. That's enough, certainly, to get an idea of how the paints perform. Number one, because it would be my first introduction to Daniel Smith, and also to see this particular artist's collation of his palette, what he chose. Okay, so that I'm looking forward to. That could be a video in its own right. Another thing they did have was a special on in their closeouts. This is a number 6 Studio Synthetic Jackson's Own paintbrush, watercolor brush. And it was only like $2 and something. Let's see if I can find the actual amount it was. Well, I'll take it out of the wrapper here. Yeah, it was $2.26 US, which you can't go wrong for size 6. My goodness, look at that beautiful brush. Look at that, really, really nice. And I have used their Studio Synthetics before, so I can definitely recommend them. They are a nice, affordable alternative to the top of the line if you have those kinds of tastes and you like the way if you like the way the Winsor & Newton brushes perform, the Series 7, that's like the top of the line for watercolor. They're wonderful. This is a nice synthetic compromise. It's not going to be the same quality because those are natural bristle. They hold the water differently than a synthetic, but you can still get by with these and create beautiful works. There's absolutely nothing wrong with synthetic materials. They're getting better and better with their brushes, not only Jackson's, but the whole industry. So I can definitely recommend synthetic brushes, and it saves the animal too. So if that's a concern, which we all should be concerned about, this is a nice little trial thing that they've included that you can purchase. All right, now next I have some things in a little box, and I'm going to get my handy dandy knife. I don't think this is really what X-Acto knives were meant for, but let's give that a little slice there and see what they've got. I love the packaging they use here. It's all biodegradable, and this is a nice sturdy box. I will definitely use this again. But look at the goodies in here. Oh. All right, I'm going to take this off camera because you already saw a little bit, and that's a little bit of a tease there. But I'll show you exactly what came in the box too. First of all, I did get some empty half pans, which I need because you'll see in a moment. But here's the thing I have been waiting for. I have had these on my wish list since they came out. These are the Schmincke Horadam watercolor super granulation set. Now I got the forest colors, which are greens, a little bit of bluish, and a gray. And I think they're quite nice. Of course, you get them for the granulation effect on the paper. Granulation is just something I fell in love with when I used my Turner set. I have a Turner watercolor tube set that I started with. and one of the colors is just amazing, and I'm going to show that to you in a moment. Now I did these swatches in my Etch-a-Sketch book, and it's got a little bit of a texture to it, so that starts you out there. You really have to have something with a texture to it. You can't really use this granulating colors on a smooth background. But look at some of the granulation I got in the browns and then in the sap green as well. You can see how that heavier pigment just settles into the nooks and crannies of the paper and just gives it such a nice texture. So I fell in love with it when I saw it here. And once Schmincke came out with specific colors for granulation, I knew that was for me. So they have a number of different sets, but I did get the Forest set. The Shire one was one I was looking at as well, and that unfortunately was sold out. Jackson's just had a Schmincke watercolor sale, and the Shire, I guess, is a very popular, nice group of paints there, nice collection in their granulating collection, and they sold out. But I wanted to try these. These are just small little one of these 5mm tubes. It's enough to try. They're expensive. Schmincke is expensive anyway, worth every penny as far as I'm concerned, but they are expensive. This set, even on sale, was, let me see what it was. It was $34.38 in US dollars. But the colors that came with this are Forest Olive, Forest Green, Forest Blue, Forest Brown, and Forest Gray. So I'm going to look forward to swatching those out. And there are a number of videos online where you can watch people swatch that out. If you'd really like to see me do it, just leave a note down below in the comments and I will be happy to do that. I also wanted to replace some of the colors in my Schmincke set that are running out. Of course, I got tubes for that. This one is the Cobalt Turquoise, a beautiful, beautiful color. Don't know if you can see it from the tube here. Hopefully it doesn't. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Oh, I'm going to put that right back on, sorry. But that is a beautiful color. And I think I even have that in my swatches here in my set. I'm sorry, in my Etch-a-Sketch book. There it is right there. I should have done that. Cobalt Turquoise. Just a beautiful, beautiful color. I hope you can see that. I don't know if it's in focus, but you can at least see the color. So I got that one, and I also needed from Schmincke their quinacridone purple, so I got that one. There's another one in my Schmincke set that is running out a little bit, and if you look at the color number, this is PR122, it's the same as one of the Schmincke colors that I'm running out of, so I thought I would get it in Jackson's own formulation. It's not going to be the same. I know the Schminckes are a little more like, they have almost like a honey softness to them. But the quinacridone purple in Jackson's is the same color as one of the Schminckes that I'm out of. So I thought I would try that. I wanted to try some Jackson's a while back and I forgot to order it. I put a rush in on my order and I just forgot to put it in. Okay, then I got a lemon yellow, which is the PY3. I should probably tell you what these are too. The Cobalt Turquoise is PG50 and the quinacridone purple is a PV55. Okay. Now I got another one that I'm also running out of. It's Ultramarine Deep. Not in my Turner set, but in my Schmincke set. I just love the blues and the greens, so I've been using a lot of those. But I got this one from Turner to kind of fill my set up, refill it, because I just can't afford just to get the Schmincke all the time. This one is a PB29. And I like the Turner. They have very good quality, so I've had them before. Now, the other things I've gotten are some half pans. And I did get some half pans in Schmincke. This one is a, if I can read, boy. Oh, Shire Green. This is one of the individual colors in the Shire set of the Granulating series. And they were out of the whole set, but I wanted to get this one, the Shire Green, and then I also got from the Granulating sets Desert Orange. That's a different set. But I like these particular colors, and I wanted to try both of those as well. So those go along with the Granulating colors. And then also to add to my palette from Jackson's, again, I wanted to try some of these. Let me see, I have a Hooker's Green, a Warm Sepia, and Indigo. Okay, so I got a number of paints to fill out my my palette there. Now I'm going to need something else to go with the paints. Oh, I forgot one other thing here. These are not Caran d'Ache, they are Stabilo Aquarelle All. And they write on paper, glass, metal, plastic. I got them specifically for mixed media, because I do a lot of mixed media, and I've seen some YouTubers using those for mixed media. So I thought I'd try them. Since I've been trying a couple of different types of watercolor journals, I had this brand on my wish list as well. This is the Sea White Travel Journal. Now these are not 100% cotton, but they're a nice size. I happen to like this size, and Jackson's had them at a quite discounted price from what I can get them even on Amazon in the US. So I got that size, that format. I don't know if that, I think that's an A5. It is A5. And then this one, I love, love, love these square formats. I wish they would make this in a side binding rather than the short end binding, because it's so hard, it's awkward when you're trying to paint on your lap and they just flop over. And if you have a format that's vertical, the one side's flopping over the front, it's just really hard to work with. But I like these square size ones or format ones. This is 140 millimeters square. It's probably about 7 inches, maybe 7.5 inches wide, as I'm trying to guess. But Sea White, I've seen a lot of people use these, and they're finally a little bit affordable for me, so I thought I would get them in Jackson's brand, from Jackson's. But speaking of Jackson's brand, here's something I did want to try for a while, and again, I put my order in the last time, forgetting to put this on my list, and I wanted to try it, so I got it. It's a watercolor block, 8x10. It is rough, and that's one of the things I got for my Schmenke granulation set, because you need a rough surface to kind of have those granules flow into. But I thought I would try this, and it's 15 sheets, acid-free. It is not 100% cotton, so I probably won't use it for a lot of wet and wet techniques. I found the cotton to be better for that, but this is great for everything else. So I'm glad to try that. By the way, there is a link down below that I will include if you're interested in purchasing from Jackson's. If you are a first-time purchaser, you will get a 10% discount using my link. If there's anything else that you like that I've purchased that I will have a link for below, and you've already purchased from Jackson's, even if you click on the link and buy that item or look around and make a purchase of other items, it will help me. It gives me a small stipend, being an affiliate of Jackson's, to be able to offer you more of these types of videos. They don't pay me or anything, it's just that I get a little bit of a stipend from any purchases that you make from Jackson's. But if it's your first time purchase, you will also get a 10% discount. Now, here's something that I have been loving since I used these years and years ago. It is the Sanders Waterford classic watercolor paper from St. Cuthbert's Mill, which is an English brand. This one is an older one I had. It's a white, hard pressed, but these are 100% cotton, and I haven't seen them anywhere else, so I got them from Jackson's. This one I've used already. I've used this one before for a couple paintings. It kind of fell off its little bottom there, but I can kind of glue that back on with a little rubber cement if I really want to, as I get down lower in the sheets. But what I bought with this order was the same brand and style, 100% cotton, in their high white, which I wanted to try, but rough. The rough texture, again, for the granulation colors. I'm dying to try this. I know the quality from this watercolor block will be mirrored in this one. I am so looking forward to using this. I want to open it up and look at it right now, but I don't want to tear the plastic off just yet. Well, I'm certainly going to have a lot of fun trying out all these products. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button and subscribe. I'll see you next time.